Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have to say this now. I am completely and totally in love with Tailwind. I don't know how this has happened. Like, ladies and gentlemen, look at this, yeah? I have come up with a full-on website of my own personal construction. Check this out. I just envisioned this. Like, I just thought, okay, I'm going to come up with my company website. This company website is going to have the navigation bar where I'm going to showcase all the applications that I'm doing inside my company. And then I'm going to have a carousel. And the carousel is going to showcase the app. It's also going to show the learn with Nyanumba code situation. It's also, going to add some carousels later on. Then I have this section for our applications where we have been able to do this. Like, just look at this. I hover and the icon together with the text becomes white. And then if I hover off, I change that. But here's the kicker. I can do this as well in dark mode. So I come in here and select my appearance to be either light, dark, or system. So I can come in here and select dark, and it comes to dark. And when I scroll down, of course, you can be able to see that even still, when I hover over these different things, you can definitely see that we have this one, we have this one, and they're not going to change color. They're just going to inherit whatever text there is on top of this. And we have the explore buttons right here that are enabled. And then we also have these others, the learn with us, the tutorials, documentation, and community, and all those different things. And these are just placeholders because you can see that if I go to like this page, for example, there's nothing here, and all that. So I got to deal with this, and most people will come in and say, nah, this guy is just dealing with a template. Trust me when I tell you this, every single thing that I've coded over here from the very beginning is from the very beginning. This is all been coded from scratch. I can show you the code right now. So this is the code right here, and this is all developed from scratch, partially from scratch. I've used a lot of Flux UI. I've used a lot of items over here. Like, let's say this is the home page, and then this is the template section. And you can see I adopted what should have been on the Livewire end. Like, this is what this header right here is coming in from. Like, let's say if I go to login, it's coming in from login. And there's nothing I've developed underneath this. I've just started building this and just developed it to what it is right now. So if I come and click on sign up, and I'll come in here and register my accounts, I'll use this password and I'll create the account. And you'll definitely see that this header that's going to come up over here, well, there's no header that's coming up over here because we're using the sidebar by default. But if we want to switch this to the header, like if I want to go to switch from sidebar to header, I'll go to app over here. And then instead of sidebar, I'll do header. And just like that, I'm able to, I'm able to see the header show up. So you can see this, all right, this and the home page, there's not much of a difference. So you can see this here and you can see this here. So the only thing I've changed is probably the size of the header, sort of, and also the spacing between this and these other links, and the spacing between these sections of links and these links right here, and also the spacing from here to till here is also a given. So you can definitely see that we have our items ready to go, and we can do the appearance like this. But one thing that is also not showcased enough is the capabilities of Tailwind to do mobile development as well. So I'm just going to show you what I'm able to do on the mobile side. So check this out, responsiveness. You can see that we are on the responsive end. And if I come and click on this, I'll be able to, well, I can't scroll down any further than where I've opened this, but I can change this to light mode. close it, I can continue scrolling, and everything is working fine and dandy. Like you can see that we have this force HRM, we have the number codes, and all this, like, and I can scroll the carousel, our applications. So one thing that you need to also check out is where we are at right now. Also, this is responsive. The cards are also responsive. The cards look like this by default. They're side by side, flex columns, right? One column, another column, and another column. But now when we do the mobile side, now they become rows. One row, another row, another row. So you can see that if we do it like this, if we do responsive like this, and you can definitely see it changes from this point, changes from that point, and changes like that as well. So it has only 2 section changes, and that's all I just wanted to like show. 2 section changes, but this part of the screen, it's also something that I also probably need to work on in such a manner that these items over here, these 2 items over here become flex items. Like it becomes a flex row of this and this, lining up like this, but then inside this one flex row, you can do a flex column. So that is essentially what I intend to do. Okay, so essentially you can, and then you can also see that these items over here also change with the changing in size from mobile to desktop. And of course, people will want to see this on the tablet. I'll probably do the tablet sizing as well, but you can see the footer also changes depending on the screen size. And yeah, that's essentially that. So I've gotten to love Tailwind because I've been able to build this from scratch. Yeah, I've been able to build this from scratch, and it's really looking very nice, looking fantastic, if I should say so myself. I think one thing that most people wouldn't think of doing is, also building this thing mobile first, and it's something that I didn't do with this. Because I built this for the desktop first thing, and I got to realize, okay, by the way, I've not done anything for the mobile side. And when I switched to the mobile side, it looked very bad. And I just got to realize that there's some few things that I need to change, especially with this part over here, because this part over here where it's changing from a flex row to a flex column, this is what it was doing. So if I go ahead and change out what changes I had put in, you can see this part for the max SM flex column. If I remove that completely, check this out. So you can see that we have this right here. If I switch to a mobile phone, like let's say the Pixel 7, you can see how it stretches like this. All right. So this is already side by side. So if I did a flex column for each and every one of those things, then you'll be able to see that we have wrapped them in a way that it's more conducive to read, and it's more mobile friendly, I would say. So now when we look at how to put this text left, we could also do the text left like this. We could also come in here and do a max SM text center, and we'll do the same for the other item over here, the other application. So text left, there's a text center. So you can see we have the text centered here, text centered over here. But now when we move to the desktop version, the text is aligned leftwards. And one thing I also want to do here is, given that now we've split up these 2 different items, this is a force and Everest, we've put a gap of 4, okay? And we can do a SpaceX. We can remove the gap altogether, okay? We can remove the gap altogether, and we see what happens. You can see the gap is in between these 2. So if we did a gap 4, and maybe even a gap 8. Gap 8 would make a little bit more room between the 2. And then when we are coming into these areas over here, you can definitely see that first things first, if we hover with this, we've not done much spacing in between these two. So the logo, these items here, and the explore button right here. So if I want to do that, I could come in here and do a space X, right? So I'll do space X, maybe say a space X4. And if I do a space X4, you can see they split up. So if I hover over these now, you can definitely see that there's more spacing because you can see that there's spacing there. There's also a bit of spacing on this one, this side over here as well. And yeah, and that's pretty much how you can go about pulling some things off within your application. Although we don't really need the space. We don't really need the space. We can just leave it like this. And yeah, we move on regardless. So what am I trying to say about Tailwind? Well, I've changed my sentiments about Tailwind generally. I think Tailwind is beautiful. I think if you have the right mind frame when it comes to learning CSS, you can build literally anything. Of course, there's AI to help you, and I am not going to shy away from showing you that I've actually used a lot of AI for some of the styling, some of the SVGs, and some of the carousel. Like for example, this is the carousel right here, and I've used a lot of AI for it. But it was very straightforward. I built this homepage, believe it or not, in under 6 hours, and from scratch using Flux UI components, of course, but from scratch nonetheless. Like from the utilities that I've been given, I've been able to come up with the scrollables. Like you can see, if I scroll down, it now turns into, it turns transparent sort of. And then it takes some time to animate into that. Like you can see, that's something I also learned how to do now with Tailwind, and it's purely Tailwind classes, no style, no inline style. As you can see, we're just using classes, and classes. The only thing I could say that we're using inline style for is to deal with the background images and everything else underneath. But you can see the background image is only one. Okay, this other one I'm using gradients, which are also classes inside our. You can see it's a class inside our Tailwind classes. BG gradient to R from Vapor 600 to Zinc 700. This is another custom color that I've created inside my app.css over here. So I just copied everything over here, and I also had AI craft out some of these hex codes, with this being the central color, this OD183F, which is my primary color for Vapor Technologies, which is the company that I'm going to be running, or going to be a holding company for all these different things that we're doing. So learn code is going to be the Nyanumba codes phase. We have the resources, which are going to be some of these UI kits that we're going to be creating very soon. I've been working on an icon package for the longest time, and I think it's going to be very fascinating how you guys are going to incorporate this into your applications. I'm doing it in the most simplistic way possible. I'm doing it for all kinds of applications, whether you're on desktop applications, building them natively with Java or .NET or whatever. The icons are going to be available for you to use. You're going to be using them on all kinds of web technologies, Flutter for mobile development, and all those different kinds. So creating this icon pack is going to take me quite a long time, and I've been working on it for a significantly long amount of time. As you can see, one of the most used applications inside my arsenal is this here, Adobe Illustrator, and I'm trying as much as I can to bring out something for the development community to be able to enjoy, and at the same time, be able to try as much as they can to, utilize, and if there's anything that they want to add, they can add. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I have this ready over here for me. One last thing I want to do to showcase how far we have actually gone is by changing a few things here. One is the route that we are going to put on this navigation bar item, and this is going to be https, and then we'll do forcehrm.com, and we're going to get rid of the current over here, and we might do wire navigate, we might not. I think it's best we just leave it like this, and we can just do a target blank, and we'll just leave it like that. And we'll just leave it like with force hrm, and we'll get rid of that. And check this out. Okay, so if I click on this, it should open over here, and we're good to go. So this is the site for Force, and I'm going to announce it right now. This is the HRM out now, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to go ahead and use it, you can go ahead and use it, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the last part of the landing page. I'm still developing. It's over here, so Force landing page.test. So this is how the last landing page will look like for now. And just so that you can see it, it's really something that we've really been working on. So you can see go to app over here, and if I click on go to app, there's actually a live application that is actually running. So you can say go to app, and then we will load it over here on app.forcehrm.com, and you'll be able to see the various things that are running. So I will showcase this app on the next video. I think it's about time I show you guys what this is all about, so that you can be able to be inspired to create something for yourselves as well. I'm also creating another application over here called Everest. Of course, there's nothing running on this page right now, but if you would indulge me, I'll be able to show you everything that is going to be working inside this application. I like to set appearance to system, so that, you know, by default, it just starts from the system. And you can definitely see, yeah, all the animations and everything are still working very, very fine. Yeah, so I clicked on go to app, so I'm wondering why it's taking forever to load this application. It's working. So you can see I've already logged into my application, and I can view the company, and yeah, so here's the company dashboard. And yeah, everything is working very fine. You can definitely see that we've already gone all the way till the payroll extraction. And up till the payroll extraction, you can definitely see that we have, yes, this is it. So this is one person that I've just tried to test it out on, and you can definitely see this person on the list of the payrolls. It's going to define his contract, which is 150,000 net month, and all these different things already. I'm just going to showcase this on the next video. All right, so yeah. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've stated my case with what it is that Tailwind can do for you. I probably will change the entirety of this application to Tailwind, because it's working fantastically. It's superb. It's just exquisite. It's excellent. So I think I might just go ahead and change this. I might go ahead and actually buy Flux UI, so that I can show you what Flux UI can actually do. But imagine I've been able to deal with Flux UI without the paid version. So this is essentially that. I think what we can generally do with this is we just leave it as is. I think this is wonderful, and just the fact that I've been able to gain an experience or gain an understanding of Tailwind as a whole is, it's really given me an advantage, and I'm hoping that for most people, they're going to actually take part in having that advantage for themselves. So this is just an encouragement, ladies and gentlemen. I will leave it at that. This has been Steve Nyanumba, back again with another video after 11 days. I'm sorry for the long delay. but I've been working on quite a bit. I've been trying to push, especially this part over here for the learning. I'm trying to push something for all of you guys to be able to indulge with me so that we can be able to move forward with this community that we've built. Thank you so much for 1,400 subscribers. This is a big number, and I really can't thank you enough for allowing me to be able to experience the things that I've experienced throughout this development journey and throughout this learning journey. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I will bid you all a farewell. Please do indeed take care. As always, may God bless.